I was trying to, put my hands up and get an okie doke. I like to, gauge the situation and watch because you gotta. If you gotta watch his homies around
and measure, see how far I gotta swing. Go ahead.
How can you walk past like a situation of if somebody was like help?
Well, see now you keep adding shit. That's hey, look, hold up.
What would you do?
This dude ain't got enough sleep, and I smoked too much today. So that's what you're witnessing right now.
It's a Cali conversation.
It is really though. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, man, it's your man Jay Reed back with the Dangerous Minds podcast, man. Here with my man Malik in the
Malik.
Beautiful city of Torrance, California.
South
Bay. In the South Bay, of course.
You know, I always like dropping that.
Gotta clear that. Gotta be clear about that. We're in the South Bay, right?
South Bay, 15 minutes from LA, baby.
Man, how y'all feeling, man? I'm feeling wonderful. I'm feeling great. How about you,
man? Man, you look shiny. You come. I'm rough, rugged, and raw. I just come out of the bed rolling over. Like after Fajr prayer in the morning, I get up and I can't. I got like sleep anxiety. I can't go back to sleep. Get off work 3 in the morning, and I just wake up 5, 6, and I don't know what's going on, bro.
I was thinking he was getting high or something. His eyes was looking red. I'm like, I don't want to offend nobody here, but
hey man, no drugs. Don't do drugs.
Pass
kids.
me
Just
some of that
say
shit.
no.
Just say yes.
No.
Sometimes you just gotta say yes.
It depends on what the stress is.
Hey, I'm just saying though, like temptation is a motherfucker.
Yeah,
man,
I mean, the world is full of delusion though.
Everywhere you look, man. Yeah. Hey, look, I'm gonna put it like this. See, I do drugs. I smoke weed, actually.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay, that's
all right. I smoke weed, right?
He got the yes campaign going.
Yes. That's what
I got the no campaign.
Just say yes, but only if it's good shit, though. You know what I mean? If it's not good, say no for sure. But anyway, what I'm saying is, I even get tempted when I'm on Instagram. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna smoke, for a couple weeks. I'm just gonna chill. I'll go on Instagram and see somebody smoking or rolling up something, and I get jealous. I'll be like.
Yeah,
like I'm just from an Instagram post. I'm like,
yeah.
Like, damn, I really want to.
So is that addiction or is that craving or what is that?
I mean, I think it's all the above. I mean, I don't know. They say marijuana doesn't have addictive
That's
qualities.
Why I'm asking.
Right? But like I said, it's just like you just see it and you want it. It's like you see a person with a Lamborghini. You like want that shit. If you had never seen it, you wouldn't have even been thinking about it that day.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. The point of like access to temptation is everywhere. Look how much women, I don't want to say, I'm trying to keep it clean a little bit here, but
I'm mesmerized. I must be hypnotized from staring at her thighs and up into her eyes.
Look how much ass and titties is on the social media.
I know, that's
bro.
why you're supposed to lower your gaze, babe. And then, you turn around and guess what you say?
Hey, it's everything you saying right now sound like a rap, dog.
I see
like,
some old ladies.
Am I tripping? Maybe I just smoke too much.
Hey, hip hop's in my vein. I'm sorry.
This dude ain't got enough sleep, and I smoked too much today. So that's what you're witnessing right now.
It's a Cali conversation.
It is really though. I'm loving it though. I'm feeling the vibe. Nah, man. But yeah, man. I get jealous when I see certain stuff, and I'm like, I wouldn't even thought of that if I didn't even see it on, online. That's how you know that stuff ain't the real. That ain't what it's all about, man. I like stuff that I can reach out and touch.
Yeah.
Like my weed.
Oh man. So what's new and exciting, Reed? What's
new and exciting?
Yeah.
I've been trying to hit the gym, bro.
Yeah, man.
I got a membership for the first time ever.
Oh yeah, where at?
Yeah, 24-hour fitness. 20,
Why don't you? I can add you onto my UFC. $20 a month. I got the physical fitness ultimate.
See, look, I done already signed the contract.
Ready.
You about the third or fourth nigga that told me they could hook me up with a gym membership. Look, I done already signed the contract, man. I mean, I'm locked in, baby. You know what I mean? So that $20 shit, that's gonna be next year sometime. Okay,
it might not be. I don't know if you locked in. I don't know. We going my.
Hey, look, let me tell you, man. This is the first time that I'm actually enjoying going to the gym, bro.
Yeah, that's good. So what's your routine? What is your schedule like? What is your plan of action?
I mean, I be trying to listen to people. You know what I'm saying? They be like, oh, you should just hit one body part at a time. So when I go in there, I'm like, okay, I'm on, all right, I'm doing arms today. Anything with arms, I'm doing that. You know what I'm saying? And I'll just do that for like, for like a good solid hour, bro. Like, you know what I mean? My energy that went up though. I'm doing more. Like when I walk out, I'm like, oh, I could have did more.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna do, you know what I mean?
How long are you there for?
Like a good hour.
Any cardio? You try to mix that in?
I do cardio, but not at I've been playing basketball at the gym too now, so that's good. I can go at nighttime. But I always I like to jump rope. I like to run. that's my cardio, like outdoor.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because even though I'm in the
being
gym
active
now,
is important.
even though I'm in the gym, I still want to like continue my outdoor stuff that I was already doing.
Yeah.
So I mix it up. You know what I mean?
Okay,
So
okay,
yeah, man. But it's fun. It be some real pretty ladies in there too, man. You know, it's hard though when I see women now. You know, the first thing I think of is not like I want to like what's that? I don't think like that no more. I be like, is it real or is it fake?
Yeah.
That's the first thing I think of now, and that's kind of messed up. Like, well, that take the fun out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What's up with women in that? Is it that insecurity?
That's what I think it is. You know, because I mean, be like everybody you ain't happy with yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Man, we don't have that. We don't have that option of throwing on makeup and looking. Only thing we can do is what?
Work out, and make money.
Yeah, exactly.
Really, just money. If you got some money, you all right. But I mean, but
work out and make money.
It is what it is. Yeah. How my boys? What's my boy Wes Watson? You know who Wes Watson is?
Nah.
Yeah, well, shout out to Wes Watson, man. He got a lot of haters. I like him though. He's a fitness guru or whatever.
Okay,
but he be on you like he's like you want to be ripped, rich, and rare, man. That's his slogan. Ripped, rich, and rare. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's hard.
That's kind of powerful, right?
Yeah,
like that's what I'm saying. I mess with Wes Watson, but unfortunately, most of us are only either one of those. If we have one of those, then we got action.
Hey,
there's so many people out there that don't have none of those.
Yeah.
Not ripped, not rich, and not rare. But you got to do your best, man. Hey, man, what's up with you though, bro? Like, I know you said you was doing your prayers and stuff like that. Like
that's just part of my daily routine.
Is that every day? Yeah, that's daily.
Yeah, 5 times a day. It's the difference between being a Muslim and a practicing Muslim. It's a lifestyle. Islam is the only religion not named after a man, so it's actually an action word. Submit, and you actually gotta get out there and do it. So it's the way. And did you know this? Did you know the Arabic language has over 12 million words compared to the English has about 177,000? So
it's the older language by far.
I mean,
isn't that the language that they say Jesus spoke?
Aramaic. He spoke Aramaic.
So that's
Hebrew.
Not Arabic.
No, that's Aramaic that he spoke, but Arabic is it's the language that the Quran was revealed in. It's good from
Aramaic.
Yeah, Aramaic is
okay.
different.
See, I think I get those two mixed up.
Yeah.
Arabic and Aramaic. I get those mixed up.
Right.
But yeah,
it's very powerful.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Especially some shit you don't understand. It's like whoa, like
the English language is derived from a lot of Latin.
Yeah, I know.
And the Latin is deep too.
Yeah, I already know that.
So that's when people say the spelling and all this.
It's derived of Latin and everything else that we stole. You know what I mean? Like that's why there's 6 different ways to say one word. You know what I mean? It's deep if you really want to go into it.
Yeah.
But look, let me ask you this. Okay, so I'm the kind of person I do pray also, right?
Okay.
But like, I feel like I do. Okay, like me personally, like I'll pray when I wake up. Say a little quick prayer. You know what I'm saying? Finish the prayer off. Then, like, at certain points in the day, certain situations come up, I'll say a prayer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might think about somebody and pray for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
then,
then look, later on, I might, then I pray at night before I go to bed. So I done prayed about 4 or 5 times. Is that the same thing?
Okay, so
as a Muslim, a practicing Muslim that prays 5 times a day?
What I was going to tell you what that is, Reed, is it sounds like supplication, which is different from the act of worship, which is different from prayer. So when you open up your hands and you have a situation, say, God, please help me. Somebody put a gun on me, save me, don't let me die. That's not praying, that's supplication. If somebody's going through cancer or hardship and you ask God to, relieve them, give them relief, heal them, give them such a recovery with no diseases left behind. These are supplications that we make throughout the day. The act of prayer is like what Jesus did in the Bible when he went a little further and put his hand on the floor. That's the act of worship.
So praying is only for worship purposes.
Well, worship is
because I'm just saying, like, I was always taught, like, if you think about somebody, you pray for them. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay.
You know how you think of random people?
Yeah, and you pray for them.
I pray for them, dog.
That's
not mine.
That's me.
Okay. But yeah, I pray for them, dog. So I'm like, I am literally praying constantly through the day, and I ain't just situational. Like, I'll be like, Lord, give me the strength to deal with whatever comes today. Not like, oh, let me get through this traffic jam. Or, oh, Lord, help me with this person walking up to me. You know, I don't pray like that. I pray like ahead of time, like for what might happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I do that several times. I might think about my children just randomly, like, oh man, Lord, bless them. You know, bless their mother.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Bless.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so just you know, and you just now pray, man. You know, like that's a full prayer in my mind. You know what I'm saying?
Like I said, that's supplication.
Yeah, I would like to know more about that.
In Arabic, we would say dua.
So that's not prayer. So I'm not praying.
Praying is more of like when you say the act of worship. And there's different acts of worship. Like, you know, you can donate money. You can, you know, smile. And those are acts of worship because you're doing things that make people feel good. You're doing righteous things. But it gets deep when we get into prayer and supplication.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of deep, man.
Yeah. Because like I said, every religion is named after a man. You know, Christianity after Christ, and he wasn't even Christian. Buddhism after Buddha, Hinduism after Hindi, Judaism after, you know, Judah, and so forth and so on. Islam is the only one that's not named after anybody. So it's actually, you know, a Muslim. If you tell me, Reed, like, for instance.
Well, you got voodoo.
Yeah, voodoo
is a religion.
Voodoo is
ain't named after nobody. I don't think it's a nigga named Voodoo. Yeah, maybe it is.
Okay, we're gonna talk about the monotheism religions.
Hey, no. We ain't gotta go that deep. I'm just messing with you. I'm gonna let you lay your play. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you lay your play.
Voodoo is that sounds like witchcraft stuff, right?
Nah, see that it was demonized and turned into that by America. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Voodoo is an actual religion. You know what I mean? That it's focused around like deities, like multiple deities and spiritualism. You know what I mean? Like. Don't ask me how I know all this, but you know, I like to read. I like to, you know, read. I like to dabble a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I used to hear about that. My family from Louisiana, you know, Hammond, Louisiana, deep country ass people. You know, and I used to hear about voodoo a lot in my house. So I'll just say it like that. You know what I'm saying? But it was actually a religion. But just like any religion, it could be turned into something bad.
Voodoo, like right? What happened at the Super Bowl?
What happened at the Super Bowl? I think I missed voodoo. I ain't see no voodoo.
You didn't see the.
I didn't see no monkey bones or no witch doctors out there, bitch. I don't know. Maybe I missed that.
No, I'm saying they had little dolls made of the quarterbacks and poking them and doing all kinds of.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That is a voodoo doll.
You didn't see none of that? That was wild. Yeah.
That is a voodoo doll.
Okay. So that's a voodoo.
There's religion. It's a religion. It originated as a religion.
Gotcha.
You know, in Haiti and parts of West Africa. You know what I'm saying? But you know, when they got here, it was so scary to the white people. They started making movies about the shit. As a matter of fact, one of my all-time favorite movies just popped up on Prime called The Serpent and the Rainbow. Do you remember that movie?
No.
It's from the 80s. It's a horror. It's on Prime Video right now. The Serpent and the Rainbow. I'm shouting out videos. We ain't getting no money from the shit, but it's on there. I just saw it last night.
Take a glance at it.
That right there is the epitome of a white person seeing a voodoo ritual, perhaps, or witnessing something and or learning something about it, and then just turning it and flipping it into like a horror film. The Serpent and the Rainbow. It's crazy, bro. Yeah. But they've never. That's probably the most demonized, villainized, religion there is.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
You know what I'm saying? For a fact, bro.
Besides Satanism. So speaking of, you brought something up that was that I should probably. I mean, they say, I don't know. We gotta.
Ain't no damn. Well, yeah, I guess it is. Shit, there's worship involved, right?
Yeah, and then there's,
Hey, on that note, man, let's take a quick break, man, because we going off the edge right now. We got some shit. We got some T's to cross and some I's to dot, man. So we'll be right back, man. Dangerous Minds Podcast. Yes, sir. Welcome back. Dangerous Minds Podcast. Jay Reed, my man Malik,
aka Malik.
AKA Malik. Let me
SO1K. You don't know what that stands for, huh?
SO1K?
SO1K. Okay, so let me break it down real quick.
Son of 1,000? I don't know.
Son of 1,000.
Son of 1,000. I don't know.
Servant of one king.
Servant of one king.
Yeah.
Oh,
because nice. AKA Malik, it's not my government name. That's why it's AKA. And the AK just happened to get an A after it to make more sense into letting you know, after the AK, it's an A, also known as. And then, Abdul Malik, my Muslim name, it means servant of the king. So, Malik is Malik is the way you would actually say it, and that's king of kings. But you can't be the king of kings because there's only one king of kings. So I have to humble it.
So your name has actual meaning.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Niggas, that's why that gang stuff be so stupid to me, man. Because you named after another, you got another nigga's dumb name, and now you junior of that, or what is it, baby, tiny, little. I heard a nigga the other day say his name was Infant. Like, they didn't went all the way from baby to infant. Because it was little, right? Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm big, I'm big Tookie, like Tookie Way. I'm big Tookie. This little Tookie. Yeah. Then under little Tookie is baby Tookie.
Tiny Tookie.
Then it's tiny Tookie. Now they got infant Tookie.
Infant Tookie.
Yeah, I said, man, what the hell?
Gaga.
Yeah, like, nigga, you got a bottle in your back pocket, nigga?
They got some badass kids on, if you see them on social media, like cussing and doing all kinds of weird stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what's up with families and parenting? How do parents let their kids get so wild and destructive? Where does that come from?
It's just, I mean.
Like, I'm talking about badass kids.
I know what you mean, but I mean, they just no guidance, bro. Like the parent, it's that generational stuff you're talking about, man. Like certain generations, they don't raise their kids. They treat the kids as equals.
Okay, let's run through that and mix it up with it. So from 1883 to 1900, we got the Lost Gen. Lost Gen, I believe that was right after World War I. So that's why they were lost. That was just mind blowing.
So we lost World War One?
No, we
Hey,
lost.
I told you I smoked a lot of weed today, man. Go ahead, keep going. Sorry.
That's when the downfall of the Ottoman Empire, but that's deep within that. But the lost gen because it was never experienced in life before, right? Just that kind of real life hit America, and people were like scattered from that.
Okay.
So that generation led to the next generation from 1901 to 1927, which was called the Greatest Gen. Greatest generation. Now, why was that the greatest generation?
I have no damn idea.
World War II.
Tell me, please.
I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out who named it, why they gave it these names. But I'm looking at the year 1901 to 1927. Yeah, they probably.
And then at some point they said, okay, you know what? Y'all got this bullshit going on because it was the greatest.
And then we got the silent gen, 1928 to 1945. They were silent because that was World War II time. And then, but from there came the baby boomers, 1946 to 1964, right before.
Okay, now that's the one I hear. Right. What's the years on that?
1946 to 1964. Okay. Those are the that's when the explosion of, good came to America, the best times.
Baby boomers.
I think that's what Trump means when he says, make America great again. He's going back to 1946 to 1964.
Well, that's when black folks was moving to the north and to the west.
Yeah.
That's what my folks was like coming, coming over this way. Like, well, maybe a little later than that. 1946. Yeah, probably about 10 years after that. Keep going.
So a lot of things happened. And then after that, 1965 to 1980, Gen X. We barely made that timeline in Gen X.
Yeah, I was Gen X.
And that's crazy. That's a long deadline because when you look at 1965, like we in the same generation as them. Gen X, that's pretty big. So
wait, I'm in the same generation
as 1965 through 1980.
Well, that's 15 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so every 15 years is a generation. That's correct. Yeah. That is correct.
Okay. Yep. And then after that, 81 through 96, we got the millennials.
Yeah, see, this is where the terms start getting more familiar because I heard baby boomers. I had never heard of the greatest generation and the silent generation and all that. I never heard that in my life till today. But never gave a shit either. But we just want to put that in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where you start kind of the baby boomers. I heard of that. You know what I mean? And I heard of Generation X because I always knew that's what I was. My peers, well, not my peers, my older like people, my sister, my brother, and them. All the people that were over me, they used to be like, "Oh, you Generation X, you Generation X. That's why." Yeah. Oh, that's why, because you Generation X. I'm like
trying to group us in with the mindset.
I didn't care about. I thought they were just making up some shit. Yeah.
Well, I think it's the mindset of the people and what they've been through and those struggles from those years in their prime.
They were like jealous. They were like jealous. Like, oh, you had it easy. It's like, I didn't ask to be born, nigga. Yeah. Like I'm just here, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just, you should be happy for me that I had it easier than you.
There's a lot of haters.
Yeah.
And, like we said, easier, that's what I was supposed to be. The next generation is supposed to have it easier than the last generation.
Yeah, because they be mad about it.
Yeah, I mean, that's unfortunate, right?
Yeah, I want my kids to have it better than me. You know what I'm saying?
There's no love like a father to a son. Because there's no hate involved. Like, do you want your son to be any less than? No, you want your son.
Your son, your daughter, my daughter too.
Right, right. But I'm just
teach them the same.
Right, exactly.
Like
your kids.
I mean, certain stuff, certain stuff.
Like there's no hate involved, and that's the. There's a prophet.
Okay, let me ask you this: be honest. Okay, forget about the politically correct. Forget about the cameras and all that shit. Is there anyone that walking this earth that you hate? I don't. It's a yes or no question.
No, I'm gonna say no.
No.
I'm gonna say no. Hate is a strong word. I'm gonna say I don't like some people. Hate is like what define hate? Not by the term in the dictionary, but like when you say you hate somebody, what is that? Is that means, beef? Though. When I see you, you know what I mean? Guaranteed to be I see you. Like, what is hate? Is that including beef? Because if I hate somebody, then like, what does that entail when I see you?
Okay, hold up. Hate, to feel intense or passionate dislike for. Intense or passionate dislike.
I remember I said I dislike this. Some people I don't like.
Okay, so regardless of how powerful you think the word is, that's the definition right there.
Yeah, okay. Well,
feel intense or passionate dislike for.
Intense? Okay, well, I guess I hate a few people.
Exactly. Exactly my point. That's what I'm saying, man. People see,
and I hate you, and I hate you, and I hate you too.
And this is why I love to just pull up the definitions of words. Because people use words so much, and they have no clue what it means, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just that certain energy has been associated with the word now. It's like they don't even know what the word means no more. It's like, whatever.
Yeah, it just sounds so strong, like, hate. I hate you. And it sounds like so...
like, but it is what it is.
It sounds consuming.
I'm a human being. There's a few motherfuckers I hate.
Yeah.
And they hate me too.
I know some of y'all still around don't like me. Low key, get hit like.
Here we go. Nigga, take a nap, nigga. Nah, I'm just fucking with you. Nah, but I hate a few motherfuckers. I can't even lie. I'm a human being. You feel me?
You like? Do you have any hate in Gen Z? Gen Z is 1997 through 2012.
I don't know. Probably not.
Yeah, we're Gen X. They're Z, so we got the related alphabet in common right there. And then, but look, check this out. 2013 and 2024 is Gen Alpha. That sounds like a lot of expectations for that generation. Because this is 2025.
Who is making this shit up? That's a real good question.
Right. Gen Alpha, so Alpha, they had to it sounds like they had to overcome a lot of situations. COVID and, just.
Gen Alpha. That's the last one?
Yeah, no, I mean 2025 because it's 2025. Now it's Gen Beta or Beta.
So why the Beta? Because Alpha is considered stronger than Beta, right?
Beta could be a test too, though. Like now, the next generation after Alpha is going to be tested with, man, that's just real life.
Gen Beta.
Like it's a test, right? I don't know. Gen Beta could be some.
You know what, Malik, man? I have to be honest with you, bro. Like certain shit like that, like even when I was a kid, when they was be calling me Generation X, you Gen X, I didn't give a. I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about, and I don't even care. Like, I'm gonna just keep doing what I do, Right. That's how I feel about it now. Like, none of that shit really matters, dog. It's like, it's good information to know, but me personally, in my personal life, none of that shit matters. Like, Gen Z, Gen X, you know what I mean? Are you a good person or not? Yeah. You know what I mean? Are you a productive human being or not?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That just being in one of those, it is certain shit that's attached to it. Like, we think a certain way, though,
That's what the separation of the gen is.
We think a certain way.
Like the way I would label the gen would be different. Like if I was to name our generation, I would say like last of the gangster babies. So then,
gangsters, babies. They still got gangster babies.
We'll see.
They really babies and gangsters. It was just an expression. And it wasn't no babies shooting nobody back then. Nigga, it be little kids killing each other now, man.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. It's a whole nother thing with them. But it's because they were raised by the generation prior. It's like, I don't know, man. It's weird, man. Like the kids these days. Okay, for example, let me real quick. It's you know, in my neighborhood, it's my neighbor. They have a lot of kids, big old family. You know what I'm saying? Really nice people, wonderful family. But I noticed that the kids in that family are like super disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Like,
is there a mom and a dad in that family?
They got everything.
Okay, they're just disrespectful.
It's just it's the generation, the mom and the dad, the older ones. It's the ones under them, their kids.
Okay,
so it's the grandkids of the the older ones.
Right.
Super disrespectful. But the thing about it is, none of them say anything. Like,
that's what I was about to say. Are the parents being soft or the grandparents being soft?
Dude,
is it not them getting?
You can see where the prior generation get it from. Like, I mean, I wasn't like stripped naked and beat, you know what I'm saying, right? But I did get punished, dog. Like, I did get hit, bro, like, for sure. Like, my mom socked me in my jaw when I was like 20 something, bro. Like, you feel me? Like, rest in peace to Miles too. That was my baby right there. But yeah, you know, so it was a different type of respect, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm that old man now where I'll be like, hey man, hey man, stop talking like that. You feel me?
Yeah.
When there was a time when somebody was saying that to me, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
You know, but it's like.
So let me ask you. So since you see these youngsters doing things, if you see some evil out there in the streets or whatever going on, like a dude beating up his girl and they 19, 20 or something like that, would you say something? How would you deal with it? If you just driving or walking and you see 18, 19-year-old dude beating up on his girl, what would you do?
You know what I do? I like to mind my own business, and I like to stay in my lane. That's what I like to do.
So you just leave it?
Nah, I mean, it would be very hard, bro. Yeah. I think at this point, I'm 45 years old. I got children.
Yeah.
You know, I got a life. You know, I got a lot going for myself. I got a lot to lose, man.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't know that I would.
You don't trust them. You think
I don't think that I would be quick to jump into something, man, because I done stuff like that, and then like. The girl turn on you type of thing, you know what I mean? Like, it's you asking me? I'm not the spokesman for you niggas out there. You do whatever you want to do too, right? He asking me. I'm saying I mind my business. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, if it's something, you know, it's certain. Everything's circumstantial. If it's something that's just. You know, he just kicking her in her head.
I had that situation when I went to Vegas to visit my brother. That's why.
Okay, what happened?
We were in some hood in Vegas that I don't know, and you know, you could tell it's hood because it looked like the hood. And I'm over there just waiting on my brother to come out, and there's a bunch of youngsters. And there's one female, and there's one dude chasing her around, beating her, and she's screaming. I'm like, yo, youngster, hold on. That was my natural instinct, though.
But they were younger than you.
Yeah, hell, I told you they was like 18, 19.
Oh, okay.
They was youngsters.
Okay, go ahead.
So I'm trying to be like the wise cat, but I had my pistol on me too, though. So like that's I think why I even didn't mind my own business because I felt like some sense of security.
Right.
I felt like, you know what I mean? God, please don't let me lay down one of these youngsters, you know. But I couldn't just sit there making sure I had a sense of security with her being. And you know,
I forgot. I missed the perfect opportunity to use that. What did you say? Supplication. There go that. You had some supplication in Vegas that day, right? Okay, go ahead, continue.
Yeah, real quick. And you know, and I was worried about the young brother. I was like, man, the ones is gonna come and ruin your life. You know, this is what I was explaining to him.
So when you said, "Hey, me, don't do that," what happened?
No, I was like, yo, let me talk to you. Hey, come here, come on, man, chill on that, man. Don't be. Come on, she's weaker than you. She ain't got no win over you. What's going on, fam? Look, hold on, just give it a, you know what I mean? I was trying to, you know, put my hands up and get an okie doke, because I like to, you know, gauge the situation and watch, because you gotta, if you gotta watch his homies around.
And measure. See how far I gotta swing. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Now, so what was his reaction?
It turned out good. You know, thank God. Everything got mellow, then, you know, it turned out good. Okay, so good. It worked out. Good. But in all situations, I know it wouldn't end like that. But it was just like when you see evil, you know, at the very least, when you mind your own business, do you hate it in your heart? Because you're not saying nothing about it. You're not doing nothing about it. But do you at least hate it in your heart, or do you just like not give a?
I mean, that's a 50-50 for me, man. I got to be honest, man.
Yeah, that's.
Hey, because you know why, dude?
Why?
I don't know.
But you got a daughter,
situation.
don't you? But yeah,
my daughter don't got nothing to do with that. I teach my daughter to be respectful, to keep your hands to yourself, but then defend yourself. That's real. But defend yourself if you need to. Also, right? Keep your hands. Don't start nothing, but you finish it all. That's how I teach my kids. If somebody's attacking my kid or fighting, trying to hit my kid, it's because they just mad and mean or something. Like they trying to control.
What if you know somebody's actually like in the wrong for like whooping or something, something like that? Like, do you always play that role of?
I mean, I don't know the situation. I don't know the situation.
If you
know what I'm saying? I'm not that brave, dog. You know what I'm saying? Quite frankly, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I said. You at least hate it in your heart, though. Like, I want to know your thought process. Like, how can you walk past like a situation of if somebody was like, help.
Well, now you keep adding shit. Hey, look, hold up.
What would you do?
Maybe I'll probably keep walking. Hey, I'm gonna tell you, I'll probably keep walking, but I might call 911 or some shit.
Might?
Yeah.
Depending on what you got to do, where you got to be.
Hey, hold up. Yeah. Am I on the phone with my baby girl?
Like I was on the freeway on the way to work one day.
I would probably call 911 if somebody said help, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or because you know what? That happened by my house, dog. It was like, this is when, like, at this particular time, it was a bunch of people, like, sleeping in motorhomes and shit, like, right on the side of my house, right? Like, like on the next street up. And I heard, like, right? I heard that shit, right? And I was, like, watering my grass. I heard it. And I just kept
well, stuff like, I mean, if I'm in my neighborhood,
I swear to God, bro, I literally was like,
and went back to your business.
Bro, like,
yeah.
So look, maybe about 5 minutes later, the police rolled up.
Okay.
And they looking at me. I'm like, I'm still, making sure I get the edge right here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, did you hear anything?
We don't talk to police.
Hey, I didn't. You know what I did? I just went like this. Like I went like this.
I said we don't talk. You'd be like, hey man, that's about as much as you gonna get.
I just did like that. You know what I mean? Like some shit like that. He already knew.
Shit,
he already knew. He just like, he was like, oh, okay. Like, you know what I mean?
They know what's up. They scanning the,
Yeah, I ain't got shit to say, bro. I'm just, hey,
Okay, well, damn.
You know what I'm saying? So is that snitching? Yeah, I'm a snitch now. Well, I did
so do you have any weapons?
I can neither confirm or deny that question. Why?
What I was gonna get at with that?
I mean, I have these. You know what I'm saying? And I have this.
Yeah, but
because let me tell you. When I real quick, when I ended up catching a case like in my 30s, bro, like a pretty bad one, man. And I wasn't able to have weapons and stuff like that, with a felony or whatever.
Yeah.
So I had to be more aggressive.
Yeah.
I had to become more vigilant. I had to be more like serious and less playful. You know what I mean? I had to be more stronger physically.
Yeah.
I had to take more seriousness with my hands. I was like I had to throw my hands. I gotta like think out of situations because I can't rely on that shit no more. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's where I'm at with it. You know what I mean? But you have to protect yourself in this life, and I believe in not just having guns. I believe in having knives. I believe in having sticks. But whatever mace. I believe in having any type of weapon to answer. That's that's the best I can do.
Maybe if I ain't got a gun on me for sure, I got a knife, shorty.
Hey man, shit.
But hey,
on that note, man, we probably take a little break, man. On that note, niggas pulling out weapons and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, hold on, nigga, hold on, man. Shit, that nigga came out quick with that, right?
Dangerous Minds podcast.
Hey, we'll see you in a minute, man.
Jay Reed and AKA Malik.
Yes, sir. What's going on? Welcome back to the show.
Welcome back.
Dangerous Minds podcast. Brought to you by Jay Reed and AKA Malik. I got it right that time. They got the knives out now. I got to get this shit right.
Put this away, this one is like a little dagger, like little quickness.
Oh, nah, that's my flavor, neighbor. I like that one.
It might be a fidget toy. Look, it's I don't know.
Hey, yeah, I like that one.
There's a guy at work. He keeps knives, and he's a knife professional. throws them, so he got me on.
Yeah, a nigga that throw knives, I am not fucking with you, bro. I'm just saying, just to think that you can even do that, like kill somebody with I'm gonna throw a knife at this nigga, I got you. That's like in the movies where they pull the knife out and throw it far and hit a nigga. Yeah. Like, nigga, please. Like, but it's people that actually do that, though. Like, that's crazy, bro. Hey, man, speaking of self-defense, man, I came across a stat earlier this week, bro, that just had me crying laughing, bro.
Okay.
Like, it says, men on average overestimate their ability to fight by 400%.
Woo, testosterone be kicking. Okay.
Men
they said overestimate.
On average overestimate their ability to fight by 400%.
Damn.
I just thought that shit was so fucking hilarious because it's so true, though. Like, you know, like people be barking, bro, like wolfing, homie. Look, I swear on my life, dude, I am not the toughest guy by any means, bro. I'll tell you like that, man. But any time in my life that I actually was just like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's go.
Uh-huh.
The other person back down.
Yeah.
Every time. Anytime I ever just said,
yeah,
okay, I'm tired of this shit. Like, you know what I mean? Let's go, my nigga. You know what I'm
ain't
saying?
ever just like just fired on somebody?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
I have. When I was younger, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, you know, you the one woofing.
Yeah.
Like, let's do it. Like, okay, swing, do something then. And then they just, now all the strength is gone all of a sudden.
Yeah.
It's like, so, you know, you just barking, you just woofing, homie, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm more of a lover than a fighter anyway. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, you know, as a man, you do have to defend yourself. I never really took myself serious like that. You know what I mean? I never understood that it was my own responsibility to protect myself and protect my life. I never really looked at it like that, or you know what I mean? I always thought, you know, I'm just okay, you know what I mean? Like, but
you know, somebody might want to jump in your face and invade your space and maybe cross that line with your fam or something where you have to.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, having kids definitely took a lot of you know, fear, hesitation, and doubt. Like all of that shit just went out the window once I started having kids. It was like, like
that 400% I could relate to, especially when I was young, because you know niggas was cut and ripped, and then you start tripping, you take off your shirt, and then
the muscles usually intimidate people,
right? And then you use that as a back off factor to a limit, right? But then you gotta sometimes be like, okay, here we go, and I've learned growing up that it's not worth it because somebody can get.
Not worth what?
You know, like when you fighting, right? And it's in the streets. Like, I don't know if you're trying to kill me, so I'm gonna try to kill you. Right? So I mean, that's what my pops told me. You know, get them before they get you. So you really trying to control the situation. And unless you know jiu-jitsu, you're not gonna be able to control it. You're gonna try to knock somebody out, right? So trying to control the situation and
man,
you know
what you mean unless you know jiu-jitsu? Bro.
I'm talking about to restrain and refrain from experience, from being able to grab somebody and I'm gonna hold you until, you know, this is broken up.
Yeah, well, that's one way to do it.
What was another?
That's the long way. I mean, I actually do prefer the short way.
You knocking somebody out?
Boom, boom, I'm out.
Yeah.
Or just submit you, like where you done. Like, okay, I hit you too hard, you don't want none. Okay, or now you moving away now. Okay, cool.
But
you know what I mean?
What about the retaliation factor? Yeah,
I'm out.
Yeah.
That's how I got my case. Like some shit happened, and I was like, "Who next?"
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I was pumped up. Like I was just, you know, that adrenaline. It was like I stuck around. Like ain't nobody gonna do shit. You feel me? Like I didn't get out of there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's my biggest mistake with my.
That was the same day, that same moment.
Yeah.
So I'm talking about if you left and then. You know, you got time to calm that down, and then weeks go by later.
Cross that bridge when I get to it, dog.
Yeah.
I'm always paranoid anyway. It's just, you know what I mean? I don't trust people no way, so it's like...
That's why I'm saying that right there is why I'm saying that it's not worth it when you be beefing in these streets with people, and then you got to, you know...
it ain't worth it. The retaliation factor is always an issue, but I'm just saying, assuming ain't nobody going... I'm talking about a regular, like, street fight, a regular altercation at the gas station or some shit.
Yeah.
Niggas will kill you over... I think certain things, you more likely to get killed over with an altercation. If this dealing with a female, number one.
Right.
That's number one.
I mean, that's been the cause of a lot of gang wars.
Man, look, I know a dude who he did some he kind of deserved it, you know what I'm saying? But like
over a female.
Okay, so he was parked in a car next to another car, right? And the passenger side door was next to his driver's side door.
Okay.
So the guy and the female go to the car next to him. The guy go to the driver's side. The female go to the passenger side. He decides to open the door for the female of the guy's car, though.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I see.
You know, and he like, oh, I was just, you know, I'm trying to show him how.
You open my car door for my chick. That's
very disrespectful, right?
I mean, like, how would you?
Hold on now. That was some generation shit, right? Going back to the generational shit, right? Oh, I was trying to show him this is how you treat a woman. Yeah, you're supposed to open. Don't ever let that woman.
You trying to what?
The nigga was like, nigga, did you just touch my motherfucking car?
Yeah.
And then so it escalated to the whole situation. Dude almost got his melon took right there.
Oh,
over that shit.
I would say justified homicide, closed case.
Nah, it wouldn't be.
not really, but I'm saying
you would have to get the girl to lie and say he grabbed her
I'm
or
just
hit
saying
her or something.
I'm saying the principle of it. Like you can't do that.
That's how I know that.
Yeah, but I'm saying the principle of it. That's a violation.
That was very disrespectful.
So I'm telling
not to lose your life.
No. I'm just
to pull out guns. You feel me?
Right.
But it's like, okay, let's situation. If he had got his ass whooped,
then that
would have been very justified. You know what I'm saying? Because you're putting your hands
on
my car.
Why do you think dude would have went to weapons instead of, was he intimidated? Was he scared? Was that 400% kicking in? And he knew it was 400%?
It could have been that, or it's just the disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe.
But like we just said, that level of disrespect doesn't justify losing your life over.
No, I don't. Well, let me ask you this. Okay, let's say you in that situation and you're the guy who was in the car with the girl, and you like, hey, homie, you touched my car. And what if he like, hey, man, I'm sorry about that, brother. I didn't mean to do that. Would that diffuse the situation?
I mean, I'll be like,
would that diffuse it?
I'll be like, oh, he a punk, time to get him. I'm going in now.
So if he apologized, he a punk? That's crazy.
I'm saying
right
because if you touch my car and open the door for my woman, then you knew what you was doing. What do you mean you
knew what you was doing?
Like, wait, what you talking about?
Yeah, you know.
So
what you was
I mean, when I said like he a punk, I'm going there, I would just be like kind of push the issue a little bit more. Like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? You sorry? I mean, why would you?
Yeah.
I wouldn't like. That would diffuse the situation because I would see like, okay, we're not gonna have to go there. But I would want to know like, what made you think that was okay?
Right.
And then it's like,
but you wouldn't be one to harm him after he apologized.
I would want to because I feel like that. There's certain things you do you deserve to get your ass whooped. Yeah. Period. And I think that's one of those things. But then, like, if he apologized like that, I'll be like, okay, maybe he got a pistol on him. So maybe I don't want to push this issue because then it could end up.
Yeah, but see, do you have this is the thing about being a man in the jungle, bro. Like, you don't have time to think about all of that shit.
You don't.
Like you said, the revenge factor and all. I don't got time to think about that shit. I'm trying to focus all my energy on this moment right here and this. You know what I mean? Then I'll wait till that happen later. But we don't have time to think about that. Do he got a gun or I mean, you in LA, really in the world, period. Everybody. You do have to kind of assume. It's really like a fearlessness. It's like if you have a certain fearlessness to your demeanor, like your position is strong, then people be like, oh, maybe he got something, Yeah. You know what I mean? They be like, oh, he must got something. Like, I remember one time my boy Kump, he had got into it, shout out to my man Kump. He actually had got into it with, he ain't no punk, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he got the hands and all that. He got the guns, he got everything. But he had got into it with this like Indian like taxi kind of guy, right? With like the little turban and shit.
Yeah.
And he said that he was like, nigga, like pull over, nigga, fuck you. And then the Indian nigga was like, nigga, let's go. Like go, pull over. Like, and so he said it kind of scared him, like yeah, he must got the heat if he acting like that. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
and he pulled his ass off. The Indian nigga punked him. You know what I'm saying? And this dude ain't no punk. You see what I mean? But it's just like you said, it's that, that you got to make a decision, split second decisions out there, man.
Consequent decisions got the world high.
But like I said, he had that confidence. He had that, like, let's go then. You know what I'm saying? And that's when you like, oh, nah, he must got something.
I mean, I get that if the situation is worth it. If it's like a valid situation, then I'm all in. But if it's like something, because Reed, ain't nobody can get me as mad as my wife could. So I mean, if you do, then it's all bad. You know what I'm saying? So I can't even.
I hear you on that, dog. But see, I done went to anger management and all kind of therapy and shit, dog. Because of my case, I had to go to that stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
did it work?
It did work, dog.
Okay,
it did work. I feel like it just really what it did was mainly just take the eyes off of everybody but me, like. I can't let that person get me upset. If I went off and wild out, it's my fault. It don't matter what that person did.
You have angry black man syndrome? Is that what you used to be?
No, I think it was more like a light-skinned black syndrome. I had like a light-skinned nigga complex, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know how it is, man. Niggas always think you soft and shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got a handsome fucking face, so I'm soft. You know what I mean? I got nice shoes. I know how to coordinate my shoes and my hat, so I'm soft.
Yeah.
You know, like the girls like me, and so I'm soft. It's like, oh, this nigga can't play ball. I can't fight. I can't fuck. I can't do nothing because I'm light skinned. You know what I mean? Real shit, bro. Like, and so I got that complex where it's like I'm gonna go at your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like in the whatever. Like I'm gonna try to compete. I'm gonna try to knock you off the box every time in every kind of way I can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm gonna play to my strengths, you know, to make sure. You know, that's a complex.
I got
but, you know, it was a little deeper, that particular situation. It wasn't nothing to do with no light skin shit. That was like a deeper situation. But the anger that I did have came a lot from that, where I gotta always prove myself. You know what I mean? If I beat up somebody, it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
What you mean, okay? You thought I was gonna lose? Like, oh, okay. You know, it's like that kind of thing. But I done got over that part. Everything is my fault. You know what I'm saying? Anything that happens to me in this life is me. You know what I'm saying?
That's owning responsibility right there. That's big right there, yeah.
That's the biggest thing that I learned from that therapy stuff.
And I just accepted that too. I can't let people pull me out of my space and, you know, get me that upset. Like,
but sometimes you gotta let that shit out. Cause
what is letting that out? How do you let it out?
Okay, you can't let shit slide. You have to at least say something.
Yeah.
You know how people will do something and you be like, whatever.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Whatever.
So letting it out could be checking somebody?
You keep doing that, eventually it's going to overflow from the inside out.
And build up.
And you won't be able to control it.
Yeah.
That's what happened to me. So now, if someone do something or say something I don't like, I got to address it right then and there.
In episode 1, I said you might hurt somebody's feelings. Is this why? You got to let it out? I
feel like you got to let it out, man. Yeah. Because if you walk around holding that stuff with you, you know, that stuff is invisible. You don't think it's there, but it's there. You know, every time, you know, I'm not gonna compare. That's kind of hard to say that, but you know how they say a coward dies 1,000 deaths.
Yeah.
It's why? Because he turning down fades, he turning down confrontations, but in his heart he feeling
it's eating him up alive, and now
inside.
He's feeling like
now he can't. Now he about to just explode
by suicide or explode
or someone else. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's not the same analogy, but it's like similar where that person is those 1,000 deaths can add up to a death. You know what I mean? Like it's deep, man. You know what I'm saying? But I just said, like, you know what? I think that people should just address things head on and not necessarily in a confrontational type of way, like physical, like I'm gonna beat your ass type. But hey, homie, you know what I mean? Like, don't do that, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Speak your mind, speak your piece.
You got to, bro. Yeah, man. Let's wrap it up right there, man. You know what I'm saying? Unless you got something else you want to put on the table.
No, I was just thinking about that basketball player you mentioned, but he wasn't a basketball player, and it kind of blew my mind for a minute. I was
Carmelo Anthony. Yeah. Not from the Nuggets. Yeah. Not from Syracuse. Nah, that's the young man. I was trying to look up the city and the state and everything, but it was some track meet that was happening and it was raining and a black kid had went into one of the tents to get out the rain, and this like group of white people came up to him and were like, get the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? And one of the guys ended up grabbing him. He told him, bro, don't touch me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, speaking of confrontation and everything.
That's why I was thinking.
Yeah, he told him, don't touch me. And so the dude was like, you know how they get when they arrogant, especially when it's a gang of them, and it's only you better get from around these parts.
Hey Billy, this guy right here, this Negro.
I reckon this fella don't know where he is. Hey, but real talk, man. Especially when they deep, they real cocky, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But so basically, the dude tried to physically grab him and put him out of there and got stabbed up.
Dude stabbed him up stabbed
the white boy up.
Yeah, he already came. He already knew his environment. He knew his situation, and he had
something like that. Yeah, he had something with him. Yeah.
And then what happened? Did he live?
No. He's out of there. So then he got arrested. You you see the progression. Oh, black kid stabs a straight A student.
That goes into self-defense now. So. Look,
exactly. Go ahead.
No, that's big because like I got into a situation, when I was young. I just came from football practice and we were getting ready to leave town, and then basically I ended up getting arrested for fighting. I ended up breaking the guy's face in an accident. And the thing was, I went to jail because they said I was the aggressor, even though he put hands on me first.
Right.
He put hands on me first, and the cop said, you should have walked away. I said, what? How do you walk away from that? Like if I'm not trying to, you know,
they always try to tell us
me
to
up,
walk away,
you know,
bro.
yeah, walk away.
It was another brother, or
it was unfortunately another brother, and I didn't want to, you know, he was a big dude, and I didn't want to, you know, we was in the mall, so I wasn't trying to. But some brothers, they don't care. They just gonna fire on you straight up.
And then that light skin shit.
Yeah, it's the dark skin.
It's all light skin ass nigga right
size
here.
Me up. He's like, what? You know, size me up. And then from there, I was like, man, you shouldn't have grabbed me. You should have socked me. You had a better chance.
I remember your ass from back in the day though. You used to be on Norbonne football field, instructing niggas on how to break arms and shit like that. Do you remember this?
I remember. Yeah,
because I played football at Norbonne, so I was out there. I used to be like, who is this motherfucker? And you'd be out there like, yeah, if you lay like this, I could break your arm. You know, I could twist this way and break your leg. I'm like, man, this motherfucker is lethal, bro. Like, you had a little size on you too. I remember your ass from back there, bro. So
when I first met my wife, we were like before high school, you know, in '92. And we were wrestling, and she slammed me in my face, bam! And I was like, "What the hell's going on?" Her brothers and them was taking jiu-jitsu at the time. So then his friend, I started training with him, and he used to, you know, I used to go to his house in the morning, and then he used to make me jog the square, catch the bus, and take a shower in the gym after, you know, training. So, you know, get on the field, it was just
your ass used to be that was the first time I'd ever heard of something like, oh, I could break your leg, I could break your arm. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what is he doing? Like, I was like, let me see how you do that shit. But nah, man, the little brother. So look, the dude had $1 million. The dude Carmelo Anthony, the guy who murdered, you know, the guy, the white high school straight A student. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He got $1 million bail. He was in there for murder. You know what I'm saying? And you know. Now, after they kind of reviewed the case, kind of got more information, they lowered his bond to, you know, $250,000. So he got out.
Okay.
You know, house arrest. So, man, white people are mad about that shit, man.
I bet.
They are mad, bro. It's like, why are y'all so racist, dude? Like, and why do you try to say it ain't racism, dude? Like, it's so many, like, arrows pointing to just a big giant word that says right. It's just so many arrows pointing to that shit, man. And you guys are going to try to. It's the same thing, like the Kyle Rittenhouse thing, the one white kid who crossed state lines with an AR-15 and killed some protesters. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
How is that the same? I mean, it's like, how is that not the same thing, bro? Like,
look it up, y'all. Look it up. Carmelo Anthony, the kid.
Yeah.
Hopefully justice is served in the right way.
Yeah, he free right now though, so you know. The judge, a black lady who lowered the bond, she's getting death threats.
Oh, the black judge?
How is that not racism? Like,
you know what it is.
Yeah, man.
Dangerous Minds podcast.
Dangerous Minds, man. We will see you again soon. I'm feeling kind of fresh, you know what I mean? So maybe next week you got to be a little fresh too, man.
Hey, man, I'm rough, rugged, and raw. You know, I'll get fresh stuff.
It's a nice clash, though, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a nice clash, my brother.
Jay Reed and A.K. Malik, A.K. Malik.
Shout out to the engineer, man. You know what I mean? For making shit possible. Appreciate you, brother.
Yep. We out.
Yep.